Money is not something to be chased, it is something to be invited. Every time you run after wealth, you affirm that it is far from you. You send out an energy of lack, of desperation, of not enough. And the universe, being a perfect mirror, simply reflects that state back to you. The truth is simple yet profound: abundance flows to those who are aligned with it, not to those who run after it. When you chase money, you become its servant. When you attract it, you become its master. The world teaches us to grind harder, to push more, to fight for our share. But the unseen law of life teaches something deeper, that what we embody within, we attract without. You do not draw money through force, you draw it through frequency. The moment you shift your inner state from wanting to having, from lack to abundance, from effort to ease, you open the invisible gates through which wealth flows naturally. This is not about wishing, it is about being. The energy of money responds to certainty, not struggle. It is magnetized by peace, not pressure. You must stop chasing shadows and start creating substance within yourself. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and imagine what would it feel like if money were no longer a concern. How would you walk, speak, and think if abundance were already yours? Hold that feeling, live in that feeling, and watch how reality begins to rearrange itself in your favor. The wealth you seek is already seeking you, but it cannot find you until you become still enough to receive it. The money you chase runs from you. Money is energy, subtle, intelligent, and responsive to the vibration you carry within. It is not a pile of paper or numbers on a screen. It is a reflection of your state of being. The reason so many people spend their lives chasing money without ever truly finding peace is because they do not understand this fundamental law. The moment you chase something, you declare it missing. When you run after wealth, you are announcing to the universe, I don't have it yet. And the universe, being an exact mirror, must agree with your statement. It continues to show you situations, circumstances, and experiences that confirm your belief that money is distant, difficult, and elusive. You cannot chase what you already possess, and therein lies the hidden secret. The person who constantly strives for money lives in the energy of lack. Their thoughts say, I need more. Their emotions whisper, I'm not there yet. And their actions scream, I must catch it before it's gone. This is the energy of resistance, and resistance repels. Just as a shadow runs from the light that chases it, money withdraws from the one who grasps for it. The chase itself becomes the barrier. To attract money fast, you must understand that the pursuit of it is a silent confession that you do not believe it belongs to you. There is a deeper truth behind all material success. What you believe to be true within yourself shapes what appears around you. If you see yourself as a struggler, money will respond by eluding you. If you feel unworthy, it will sense that unworthiness and move to those who feel safe with it. But when you know you are the source of abundance, when you understand that the same intelligence that breathes through the stars breathes through you, money begins to orbit your life effortlessly. You become the center, not the pursuer. The vibration of self-assurance and calm expectation draws prosperity like gravity. Consider how nature works. Flowers do not chase bees, they open up and attract them through beauty and fragrance. The river does not run after the ocean. It simply flows toward it with ease and certainty. Likewise, money flows toward those who have aligned themselves with the energy of ease, gratitude, and inner wealth. The person who rests in the knowing that they are already abundant begins to experience life from a new dimension. Opportunities appear, ideas spark, and doors open in ways that logic alone cannot explain. This is the power of alignment over effort. The tragedy is that society has taught people the opposite, that hard work alone equals wealth, that constant hustle guarantees success. But many work endlessly, yet remain tired, anxious, and financially unfulfilled. This is not because effort is bad, it is because the energy behind the effort is wrong. When you work from fear, from scarcity, from the belief that money is hard to get, your labor becomes heavy, your results delayed. But when you act from the energy of already being prosperous, your work becomes inspired, your timing perfect, and your results multiplied. You must work from the vibration of abundance, not toward it. To stop chasing money is not to stop taking action, it is to change the intention behind your action. Action inspired by faith is powerful. Action driven by fear is exhausting. One step taken in the belief that you are already supported by life is worth more than 1,000 taken in panic. Money responds to your confidence. When you relax into the awareness that you are its rightful magnet, it will find its way to you through channels you could never have predicted. The universe always honors a mind that rests in certainty. Think of your mind as a tuning instrument. Every thought you think is a frequency you broadcast into the unseen. If your inner signal is, I don't have enough, you are tuned to the station of lack. You may work, pray, or struggle, but your inner frequency remains off. However, the moment you shift to, I am wealthy now. Even before your outer world changes, you begin to attract ideas, people, and situations that match that frequency. Your thoughts are magnets, and your emotions are the power that gives those magnets strength. The stronger your feeling of having, the faster the universe mirrors it. To stop chasing money, you must first release the belief that it is outside of you. Money is not out there. It is a reflection of the energy within you. When you transform your inner state, the outer world rearranges itself. Begin today by practicing stillness. Sit quietly and imagine the version of yourself who already has everything you desire. See that person walking calmly, smiling peacefully, speaking with assurance. Feel their confidence, their lightness, their freedom. The more you dwell in that feeling, the faster your world will change. Life cannot resist a being who knows who they are. The money you chase runs from you because it cannot enter a heart filled with doubt. But when you become the embodiment of abundance, when you stop running, stop begging, stop worrying, money begins to chase you. It seeks the warmth of certainty, the fragrance of gratitude, the peace of one who knows. You are not meant to pursue wealth, you are meant to remember that you are already one with it. The gold is not in the bank, it is in your belief. The moment you stop chasing, the current of abundance finds you, and what once felt impossible begins to unfold naturally. When you live as the source of prosperity, you are no longer a seeker of money, but a creator of it. The chase ends, the attraction begins, and life starts to pour through you like an endless river of opportunity. Remember, what you run after will always outrun you, but what you become will never leave you. So stop chasing money. Start embodying abundance. When you change your inner frequency, the outer world cannot help but deliver everything that matches it, fast, precise, and effortlessly. Imagination is the only reality. The outer world you see is not the cause. It is the effect. Everything that exists around you was first born in the unseen workshop of imagination. The house you live in was once an idea. The device in your hand was once a vision. And the wealth you seek already exists in potential form within your own consciousness. The greatest truth you can ever awaken to is this: imagination creates reality. The unseen images you hold in the silence of your mind shape the circumstances that unfold before your eyes. You are not a passive observer of life. You are its silent architect. Every thought you nurture, every picture you paint within, becomes the blueprint from which your outer world is constructed. Most people live their lives believing that what they see determines what they think. But the enlightened understand the opposite. What you think determines what you see. Your imagination is not fantasy, it is the creative power of your being. When you imagine yourself wealthy, free, fulfilled, and secure, and feel the reality of that imagination, you are giving birth to the world that will soon appear. You must understand that the unseen is not less real than the seen, it is more real, because it is the cause. The visible world is a reflection in the mirror, and imagination is the face before the mirror. If you wish to change the reflection, you must first change the image that casts it. When you imagine, do not do so idly or weakly. Do not treat imagination as daydreaming or wishful thinking. Imagination is the divine act of creation. The very same power that hung the stars and shaped the earth moves through your thoughts every time you imagine something vividly. The world around you is a projection of inner pictures you have accepted as true. If you imagine poverty, you invite it. If you imagine abundance, you summon it. The invisible molds of your imagination solidify into matter when held with emotion, repetition, and belief. The world cannot resist a mind that sees clearly. To attract money fast, you must stop trying to make it happen with mere effort, and instead see it already done within your imagination. Sit quietly and close your eyes. Picture your life as if you already possess the wealth you desire. See the numbers in your account. Feel the comfort of financial security. Hear the words of gratitude flowing from your heart. Let your imagination become more real to you than your current circumstances. This is not self-deception, it is self-creation. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It only responds to what you accept as true. When your imagination and your belief unite, the world must conform. The mistake most people make is that they imagine what they fear more than what they desire. They dwell on unpaid bills, on uncertainty, on lack, and then wonder why life continues to deliver the same. Imagination does not discriminate between positive or negative images. It simply creates whatever you feed it. To change your life, you must change your inner movie. Replace fear with faith, doubt with vision, struggle with peace. Every day, spend moments living in your desired scene as if it were now. This inner rehearsal plants the seed that will soon bloom in reality. What you repeatedly imagine becomes what you repeatedly experience. Think of imagination as the womb of creation. Every seed of thought you plant there will one day be born into your world. If you fill it with images of prosperity, love, and joy, that is what you will harvest. But if you fill it with worry, anxiety, and limitation, the harvest will match. You cannot imagine scarcity and live abundance. You cannot picture defeat and walk in victory. Life mirrors the pictures of your mind. Not your wishes, not your words, but your inner images. So discipline your imagination, guard it as sacred ground. There is no need to wait for evidence before believing. Waiting is a trick of the outer mind that does not understand spiritual law. Imagination is evidence enough. When you feel rich within, life rearranges itself to prove your feeling correct. When you feel poor, the same law applies. You are never waiting for money. Money is waiting for you to assume the state of the one who already has it. The moment you fully accept your imagined wealth as true, invisible forces begin to move. People, opportunities, and circumstances align themselves in perfect harmony to fulfill what your imagination declared. The fastest way to shift your life is to live from imagination rather than memory. Memory ties you to the past, imagination frees you to create the future. Do not let old patterns or stories decide what you can or cannot have. Imagination erases limitation because it operates beyond reason. Reason says, I don't see how this can happen. Imagination says, it's already done. The one who lives by imagination lives above time, above doubt, above fear. They walk in the invisible long before it becomes visible, and by doing so, they compel the world to obey. So how do you use this practically? Begin by dedicating moments each day to your inner world. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and relax your body. Then picture a scene that implies your desire has already been fulfilled. Perhaps you are joyfully telling a friend about your financial success, or feeling the satisfaction of paying for something with ease. Don't force the image, feel it. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the relief. Let it saturate you. When your imagination becomes emotionally charged, it imprints upon your subconscious. That imprint becomes the command life must obey. Remember this eternal law as within, so without. Your imagination is the master key to every locked door. The outer world is clay, imagination is the hand that shapes it. If you desire to attract money fast, then stop staring at your empty wallet and start creating a new picture of fullness in your mind. The more vividly and confidently you imagine, the quicker reality bends to your will. Your life will always match the stories you tell yourself in silence, so tell a better story. Picture a richer scene. Feel a higher truth. Imagination is the only reality. Everything else is its shadow. What you dare to imagine consistently, you will one day hold in your hands. So close your eyes tonight and walk through the corridors of your inner palace. See yourself already living the life you dream of. Speak with the calm assurance of one who knows it's already done. For when imagination becomes belief, the unseen world stirs, and the miracle begins to move toward you. The money you once chased now finds you, drawn not by your effort, but by your energy, your faith, and your imagination made real. Feeling is the magnet of wealth. The most powerful force in the universe is not thought. It is feeling. Thought creates the picture, but feeling gives it life. Thought sketches the blueprint, but feeling builds the house. Whatever you feel deeply and consistently, you draw into your experience, for feeling is the magnet that shapes reality. You may speak affirmations all day, visualize for hours, or plan every move, but if your emotions contradict your words, the universe responds to your feeling, not your speech. The secret to attracting money fast is to feel rich long before you see the evidence. When the inner vibration of abundance becomes your normal state, wealth cannot help but mirror it in form. Most people believe that they will finally feel happy, secure, and abundant once the money arrives. But this is the grand reversal. The truth is that money arrives after you feel happy, secure, and abundant. Emotion precedes manifestation, not the other way around. The law of life is not, when I have it, I will feel it, but rather, when I feel it, I will have it. Feeling is the signal you broadcast to creation, and life merely sends back the matching station. If your emotional frequency is tuned to worry, lack, or fear, you will attract experiences that echo those emotions. But if your inner world vibrates with gratitude, peace, and certainty, then prosperity is compelled to respond. To understand how feeling magnetizes wealth, you must realize that every emotion carries an energetic signature. Joy, gratitude, and confidence vibrate at high frequencies that align with abundance. Doubt, envy, and anxiety vibrate at lower frequencies that align with scarcity. The law of resonance dictates that like attracts like. Frequencies of the same nature pull toward one another. Therefore, to bring money closer, you must become emotionally equal to the experience of having it. This means you must no longer wait for outer proof to give you permission to feel rich. You must feel rich now, in advance, as if it were already true. This is the art of emotional creation. Pause for a moment and imagine yourself already financially free. How would you move through your day? How would you speak, walk, and breathe? Would your shoulders relax, your breath deepen, your tone soften? would there be a quiet peace in your chest, a knowing that you are safe, supported, and provided for. That feeling is the magnetic field that summons wealth. When you dwell in that state for even a few minutes a day, you begin to rewrite your energetic code. The subconscious mind, which controls 95% of your behavior, does not respond to logic, it responds to feeling. Once it accepts the feeling of abundance as true, it begins to orchestrate events, opportunities, and connections that bring that feeling into physical reality. Think of your emotions as the compass of creation. They tell you exactly what you are attracting right now. When you feel tension around money, you are pushing it away. When you feel ease and confidence, you are pulling it closer. You cannot fake your vibration, but you can train it. Each time you choose gratitude over worry, you tune your energy higher. Each time you bless what you already have instead of complaining about what you lack, you open another channel for abundance to flow. Wealth does not respond to desperation. It responds to relaxation. The calm, assured mind is magnetic because it operates in harmony with the rhythm of life. Many chase wealth with strained determination, but their emotional state is rooted in fear. They want more because they fear not having enough, and that fear cancels their manifestation. The more they work, the more exhausted they feel, and the cycle of resistance continues. But when you shift from needing money to feeling wealthy, even before a single coin appears, everything begins to move. The same effort now bears multiplied results because the emotion behind it has changed. Energy flows easily to the one who feels deserving of it. The moment you feel you already have, you open yourself to receive. Feeling wealthy does not mean pretending or ignoring your circumstances. It means seeing beyond them. It means recognizing that your current reality is only the echo of old emotions, vibrations you once held. If you can change how you feel now, you can change the echo that follows. Money cannot resist joy. It cannot stay away from the vibration of gratitude. Gratitude is the emotional bridge between where you are and where you wish to be. When you thank life for what you already have, even the smallest things, you amplify their presence. That expansion creates room for more. Gratitude turns scarcity into sufficiency and sufficiency into abundance. Every emotion is a command to the universe. When you feel frustrated about money, you are commanding more frustration. When you feel content, you are commanding ease. The fastest way to transform your financial reality is to command differently. Every morning, before the world stirs, close your eyes and breathe into the feeling of wealth. Imagine warmth in your heart, a soft smile forming naturally, and say silently, I am supported, I am abundant, I am wealthy now. Let that feeling fill your entire being until it becomes real, so real that when you open your eyes, you carry that vibration into your day. You will notice subtle shifts, unexpected opportunities, effortless conversations, moments of synchronicity. This is life responding to your new frequency. Remember, you do not attract what you want, you attract what you feel. If you want to attract money fast, you must feel as though the waiting is over. You must move, speak, and think from the version of yourself who already has. The emotion of certainty is the key that unlocks speed. When your heart and mind agree, when your thoughts say, I am rich, and your feelings echo, yes, I am, creation becomes instant. The delay only exists when the two are out of harmony. Feeling aligns them. Feeling fuses imagination into form. So let your new mantra be, feeling is the secret, and my emotion is my magnet. Feel good first, and life will bring reasons to sustain that feeling. The energy of wealth is calm, confident, and generous. So practice those emotions now. Smile when you think of your future. Relax when you imagine your success. Trust when you take your steps. The current of abundance flows toward those who radiate ease. You do not have to chase it. You only need to become the emotional match to what you desire. The wealth you dream of is not somewhere out there. It is within your reach, waiting for you to tune into its feeling. So breathe deeply, lift your heart, and rest in the certainty that abundance is yours. Because in the unseen laws of creation, feeling is faith in motion. And faith, when felt deeply, moves worlds. Shift from wanting to being. There is a vast difference between wanting something and being the one who already has it. Wanting comes from lack, being flows from abundance. Wanting whispers, I don't have it yet. Being declares, it's already mine. And the universe always mirrors what you declare. As long as you remain in the vibration of wanting, your life continues to echo the experience of waiting. But the moment you step into the consciousness of being, when you assume the identity of one who already possesses wealth, love, and success, the unseen forces of creation rush to confirm your new identity. The bridge between dreaming and manifesting is crossed not through effort, but through embodiment. The truth is that you cannot attract what you continually affirm as missing. You cannot become rich by believing you are poor. You cannot find success while seeing yourself as the struggler. Life is not giving you what you desire, it is giving you what you are. Every event, opportunity, and encounter is a mirror reflecting your current state of being. If you live in the energy of wanting, you create more situations that keep you wanting. But when you inhabit the feeling of already being, of already having, already deserving, already fulfilled, reality bends to match that state. This is not delusion, it is divine law. You are not pretending when you assume wealth, you are remembering that abundance is your natural state. The shift from wanting to being is the moment you stop asking and start embodying. It's the quiet inner knowing that your desire is already complete. When you want, you send a signal of distance. Your wish remains somewhere out there. But when you are, the distance disappears. The outer world is drawn to the vibration of completion, not desperation. You can't trick life with words, it reads your energy. You may say, I am rich, but if you feel the tension of lack, your words carry no power. Yet, if you say nothing but feel the calm satisfaction of having enough, life will echo that feeling with evidence. Being is a state of inner surrender, not outer effort. It is the moment you drop the chase and settle into certainty. Think of the sun. It does not try to shine, it simply is the light. Likewise, abundance does not try to attract. It simply exists in a state of fullness. When you align with that energy, you stop trying to make things happen and begin allowing them to unfold naturally. The one who is rooted in being acts with grace, speaks with assurance, and moves through the world with quiet power. They no longer seek signs because their life has become the sign. Imagine two people standing before a locked door. One bangs on it, pleading to be let in. That's the energy of wanting. The other already holds the key. That's the energy of being. The first sees separation, the second knows access. Which do you think will walk through first? The same is true for money, opportunities, and success. The world opens to the one who already believes they belong there. When you feel like the person who already has, you begin to think, act, and respond from that reality. The outer world simply plays catch up to your new identity. To shift from wanting to being, you must release attachment to how and when. Wanting is obsessed with timing, being is anchored in trust. The one who wants keeps looking at the clock, wondering if it's working. The one who is simply knows, and because they know it works. Faith in being is not passive, it is creative. It sends out a vibration so powerful that life has no choice but to match it. The energy of I am is the language of creation itself. Every I am you speak, feel, and live becomes a command, a reality. You may ask, how do I become when I don't yet see it? The answer lies in imagination and feeling. Begin to carry yourself as if you already are. Walk as the one who has achieved it. Speak as the one who has overcome. Think as the one who has already received. When doubts arise, remind yourself that your inner state is the cause, and causes always precede effects. You cannot wait for proof to believe. Belief is the proof. The outer evidence will always arrive in response to your inner conviction. So hold your new identity with unwavering calm, even if nothing seems to change at first. The invisible world is rearranging itself the moment you decide to be. The energy of wanting feels tense, uncertain, restless, like trying to hold water in your hands. But being feels relaxed, complete, and stable, like water flowing effortlessly down a stream. That calm certainty is the secret ingredient of rapid manifestation. When you release the need for control, you create space for miracles. You become magnetic because your energy is clear. You are no longer vibrating I need, but radiating I have. Life hears that vibration and answers. Yes, you do. Many misunderstand the shift from wanting to being, thinking it means doing nothing. But being is not inaction, it is inspired action. The one who is moves when intuition calls, not when fear shouts. They act from fullness, not from need. Their steps are guided, their timing perfect, because their energy is in harmony with what they desire. The universe aligns people, places, and moments around them as if by invisible design. They do not chase opportunity, they are opportunity in motion. You are always broadcasting a state of consciousness. Every thought, tone, and gesture tells the universe who you believe yourself to be. So decide today who that is. Are you the one still hoping for abundance? Or are you the one already walking in it? Are you the one pleading for a chance? Or the one who knows the door is already open? You cannot be both. Choose being. Choose certainty. Choose identity over effort. When you wake in the morning, before your mind reaches for problems, whisper to yourself, I already am. Feel the peace of completion settle into your body. Move through your day with that vibration. Smile not because something happened, but because it already has in the unseen. The shift from wanting to being is the master key of manifestation. Once you embody it, money, success, and happiness are no longer things you chase. They are extensions of who you are. When you stop wanting, you stop waiting. When you stop waiting, you start receiving. And when you become, life becomes too. The moment you say with conviction, I am the abundance I seek, the world bows to that truth and begins to rearrange itself around your new identity. Being is the end of struggle and the beginning of flow. Stop reaching. Start embodying. For the universe does not reward the one who wishes. It responds to the one who is. Live from the end, not toward it. The most powerful way to manifest anything, wealth, success, love, peace, is to live from the end, not toward it. The difference between the two is the difference between delay and speed, struggle and flow. To live toward the end means to see your desire as something far away, something to be reached through time, effort, and waiting. But to live from the end means to occupy, in imagination and feeling, the reality where your wish is already fulfilled. It means you stop journeying toward your dream and start thinking, speaking, and acting as if it's already done. When you live from the end, you no longer ask, when will it happen? You rest in the quiet certainty that it already has. This inner conviction bends time, dissolves obstacles, and draws the invisible into form. Everything in this universe exists now. All possibilities, all outcomes, all realities. You don't create by chasing, you create by choosing. The version of you who already has the wealth, freedom, and peace you desire already exists in a parallel state of consciousness. To live from the end is to align yourself with that version now. When you imagine vividly and feel deeply that your dream is real, you shift your identity to the one who already owns it. The outer world, being nothing but a mirror of your inner state, must then rearrange itself to reflect your new assumption. The bridge between the invisible and the visible is built by belief, and belief is simply sustained imagination. Most people, however, live in a constant state of becoming. They hope, they strive, they wish, and they wait. They keep looking for signs that their desire is coming, and by doing so, they affirm that it is not yet here. This is why their manifestation remains in the future, because their awareness keeps pushing it there. The moment you stop waiting and start being, the future collapses into the present. Living from the end is not pretending or faking confidence. It is knowing that reality responds to inner conviction, not external evidence. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine what it feels like to have your financial dream completely fulfilled. Perhaps you see yourself waking up in your dream home, feeling the soft light of morning touch your face. You hear the quiet hum of peace that comes from knowing every bill is paid, every desire met. You sense the calm satisfaction of stability, the joy of generosity, the freedom to create without fear. Let that scene saturate your senses. See it vividly, hear it clearly, and most importantly, feel it deeply. That inner experience is not fantasy, it is creation. You are setting into motion a reality that must, by law, appear in your physical world once the feeling becomes natural. When you live from the end, your choices shift effortlessly. You begin to act as the person who already has, not as the one who hopes to get. The energy behind your decisions changes. You move from desperation to direction, from grasping to giving. The one who already has does not panic, chase, or compete. They simply allow. This is why the vibration of fulfillment attracts opportunities faster than the vibration of lack. The energy of I already am carries authority. It commands reality. Living from the end also means refusing to be fooled by appearances. You may look at your current circumstances and see limitation, but your outer world is only the echo of your past states of consciousness. Don't fight the shadow, change the light. When you persist in the inner knowing that your desire is done, no matter what appears, the outer world must eventually conform. Faith is not ignoring reality. It's remembering that reality is slow to catch up with what you've already created within. The wise creator does not react to delay. They rest in the conviction that the seed planted in imagination will bloom in time. Think of an actor playing a role. They fully step into the character's life, emotions, and experiences, even though the world they act in is imaginary. Yet in that moment to them, it feels real. That's how you must approach your desires, as an actor of divine truth. Play the role of the successful, fulfilled, and abundant you with sincerity and depth. Feel their peace, their gratitude, their confidence. The more natural that role feels, the faster it becomes your reality. The outer world is the stage that eventually reflects your inner performance. The power of living from the end lies in emotional consistency. You must not merely think of your fulfilled desire once a day, and then spend the rest of your time doubting it. You must live there mentally as often as possible. Each time you revisit your end scene, you reinforce it. Each time you feel its truth, you feed its creation. Doubt is starvation for a dream. Faith is its nourishment. Your job is not to force the how, but to sustain the knowing. The universe handles the details. You will know you are living from the end when peace replaces impatience. You no longer wake up wondering when it will happen, because in your heart it already has. You speak differently, you walk differently, and you expect differently. You become the living evidence of your desire before the world confirms it. That shift in identity is the real miracle. Once you claim it within, reality must adjust. It has no choice. That is the law. So stop living in the gap between where you are and where you wish to be. Collapse the distance by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled now. Each time you say, I am, with conviction, you pull the future into the present. Speak not as the one who hopes, but as the one who knows. Act not as the one in pursuit, but as the one in possession. Think not of the end, think from it. When you live from the end, you stop being the seeker and become the source. You stop pushing against life and start flowing with it. Every event begins to serve your fulfillment. People appear at the right time, opportunities unfold without struggle, and life rearranges itself with effortless precision. The end you've imagined becomes your new beginning. This is the art of manifestation, not in waiting, but in being. The one who lives from the end lives in the truth of completion. They have already arrived, already received, already become. And when the world finally catches up to their vision, it looks like a miracle. But they know it was simply the law of consciousness in motion. So live from the end, not toward it. For the moment you dwell there in feeling, your desire is no longer coming. It's already here, waiting for you to realize it.